Hello YouTube and Call of Duty fans, you are here with Rule of the Rod, and today we are looking at all of the best perks in Warzone right now. Everybody knows that the Warzone was just updated, so we're here to look at the perks that was just introduced into the game. Let's jump right into that. Okay, so for the first perk battle slot, you get Mountaineer, Mechanic, Shrapnel, Scavenger, Battle Hardened, EOD, Strong Arm, Spotter, Sleight of Hand, Double Time, Irradiated, and Focus. Jeez, that's a lot. Mountaineer, as you can see, reduces fall damage. Seems okay. Reduces fall damage. The second tier. You got Escapist, Quick Fix, Tracker, Survivor, Tempered, Resupply, Cold-Blooded, Stalker, Payout, Primed. Okay, the first two slots, perk 1 and 2, have the same perks. So that's where you can mix and master and figure out which two will be better for you. 3 and 4 are different. So that's how we'll be looking at this. Perk 1 and 2 obviously have the most to pick from. Some of the ones that are already going to stick out, you know, you got EOD. EOD is always going to be good. Protects you from taking unnecessary damage from like explosives and stuff and things like that. Battle Hardened is pretty wide too because people throw a lot of stuns and stuff, so this reduces all that. Scavenger, I really don't understand why anybody would pick up Scavenger, because there's like more than enough resources going around on Warzone. So I just don't think, especially right now, Scavenger is ever worth just putting on. Maybe when they like nerf ground loot and how frequent you can find stuff, maybe it might be a thing. Or maybe it's like a late game thing. I would say late game Scavenger can get pretty strong. But besides that, no, I would never ever put on Scavenger. Shrapnel, explosive, delay, damage delays enemy health regeneration, slows enemy movement, and briefly disables tactical sprint when the enemy legs are hit. That seems pretty good. I wonder if that moves on to like explosive rounds and stuff. Something definitely worth testing and looking into to see if you could get it off. Yeah, I think that's good. People usually run or try to like, if somebody gets hit with a like explosive or a lethal or something, people try to generally like move around. So that's not a bad mechanic. That's if that's like your play style, you know, you used to throwing your stuff all the time. Yeah, go for it. Mechanic, reduce vehicle repair time. Okay. Increase fueling speed and reduce fuel consumption while driving non-aircraft vehicles. Okay. Vehicles. We gotta just play with vehicles if we gonna mess with that. Something worth testing out, I guess, if you just want to be a person in a car. Yeah, and then if you do that, you probably want to go for like EOD or something, just in case. I don't know, people might try to blow you up. Mountaineer reduces fall damage. Pretty simple. I think this is better than what most people will think it is at face value, because simple stuff is always good or better than initial value, because this can go, you know, further than what you may think. Reduces fall damage, so that means you can be way more aggressive on attacks, like, you know, those situations where somebody just got outside of your shooting window and you want to go down and finish them off. You can just jump down now and just confidently probably win that gun battle because you're not receiving as much damage from falling. It does, in my opinion, promote worse play style, but you know, that's up to you. Like, I wouldn't generally try to get in the habit of giving up my position just for the kill, so try not to do that too much. Yeah, strong arm, throw your stuff further, and you actually have like a indicator of where it's going to be. Pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I think you can outgrow this though. I think it's good for like beginner level stuff. But like I said, with you playing the game, I think you can outgrow strong arm. You'll just get better at the game, and you can kind of judge your trajectory on how you throw things and just play it enough. You can outgrow this class. So I mean this perk. So just I would avoid it. Spot enemy equipment and kill streaks through walls. Aiming down sights highlights them for the team. Hack enemy claymores, proximity mines, C4, and trophy system. Okay. Spotter. Okay, spotter is good, but like 50% good. And it can only ever be 50% because fundamentally you should be talking to your players, your partners, and things like that, letting them know what you see. Hey, I found a loadout in front of me, or hey, there's a claymore, blase splee, if you ever notice it. So half of the perk is essentially you can do that on your own. The other half on the other end is that you can see stuff through walls. That is, however, the only usefulness of this. So information is big. Better late game. I think it's a later game. I think it's for late game. If you're a rusher, not a rusher, but like somebody who's breaching doors and pushing people, I think it's decent for you there. But like late game, because I wouldn't use it myself. I'd only put this perk on if I had a group of people and we just got perks to kind of like space out now, you know? Or if you're sniping and I think this will let you see if you're like sniping and like you aim down the sight. It might let you see through the buildings too, hopefully. That'd be cool, right? That'd make this a little better. So you could just see stuff, and that'd make this pretty good. Probably not doing that though. Sleight of hand. Reload faster. Simple. As I always said, the simple ones are usually pretty good. Better than what you think. Reload all your guns faster. We know that's useful because if you're, reload heavy like me, you always reload after a gun battle or something like that instead of switching or stuff. Like, I think this has its usage the more you play with more people. If you're by yourself, not so much. Maybe you don't need it. But you start getting off into 3s, 4s with people, there are going to be multiple enemies around in Warzone. It's a pretty good perk to have. That's its biggest thing when there are multiple people. Double time. Need I say anything? Move around faster. You really can't beat that. In a battle royale game, that's top tier. You want to move around fast. You want to be able to, because if you're slow, you're an easy target. Bullets move super fast in this game. Time to kill isn't too high, so double time, good. Always gonna be good. Irradiated. Move faster and take less time and take less damage while on the gas. Okay, this is something to explore. I think if you really get into later game, this is going to be a way better perk than people think. Actually, you might be able to just play gas straight up, maybe with this perk, depending on how good it is. It's something to test. It's very like defensive, I think, and it can be offensive. This is a very good like late game perk. Y'all set up, boom, move faster, take less damage in the gas, because you got that on plus your gas mask. You can really just, hopefully if it's good enough, just play in the gas. Might be an option this year. Watch out for it. Focus. Reduce flinch when aim down sights and extend hold breath duration. Okay, hold breath duration is like only for snipers. So if you want the full aspect of this perk, you should only have a sniper with it. It does, however, reduce the flinch when you're aiming down sights, and that's for all guns, so that's cool, but that's only 50% unless you're using a sniper or a marksman rifle, you know, one of those guns where you gotta hold, because every gun doesn't require you to do that. It would be different if every gun required you to hold your breath to get a more still shot, which they should do, but no, it doesn't. 50%, half the way. So that's the first 2 perk slots. Yeah, I think the best one out of like all of these are the simple ones: double time, sleight of hand, EOD, mechanic. I'm sorry, mountaineer. So those are the ones you probably gonna run early on. Like I said, later as this game has more life, a couple years to it, we're gonna start to see things like, oh, shrapnel come around. Maybe if there's a driving meta, like if cars are good, mechanic might be a thing. Maybe irradiated, that's one that I think has the most potential to actually be something on this list of things, because everything we've pretty much seen, like we can understand, we can wrap our head around. Scavenger, I think, is probably the worst one out of all of them, because you essentially already do it normally. This is Warzone, there's loot everywhere, and especially late game, you shouldn't be looting, you should just be fighting. And by then, okay, the only perk, that's not even a perk. There's not even a perk for that. So no, I just never put on Scavenger, because you kill somebody in this game, they're dropping all their stuff anyway. Tier 3. Let's talk about it. Escapist. Increased downed, prone, and crouch speed. Personally, I like this one. I use it a lot. I got back buttons and stuff, so I duck and stuff a lot. I'm with all of that shooty stuff, and I think it makes for a more exciting, tactical, and versatile gun battle if you can do that. Snaking is definitely a thing, so get into it. This is more of a playstyle perk though, so it's not like, oh, you gotta do it or you don't. It's kind of like in the middle. It's up to you. It makes you better if you use it, does nothing if you don't. Quick fix: killing players or inserting a plate immediately starts health regeneration. Capturing and holding objectives increases the player's health regenerative rate. What? Okay, that second part just got me. So if I clear a mission, because there's pretty much the only objectives in the game, you know, contracts and stuff that you pick up. Capturing and holding objectives. Capturing them, okay. Picking them up increases it. Your health's regenerative rate. So I guess the more missions we do, the better this perk gets. Which is okay. So this is something, this makes it like, okay, killing players or inserting a plate immediately. Oh. I like it. I think it's a little bit better than it was last year, actually. You're telling me I can run away and start to, because you can run the sprint away and like start to, you can start to literally just put your shields on. And as soon as that happens, my actual health goes up, which is okay. Means you can get out of some sticky situations. And that's how you activate it. Killing players or inserting. So you gotta kill them, not just down them. Kill them. That's thirsting them. Yeah, I like it. I'm wrapping my head around it. I like quick fix. I like it. I think it works. I think it's better for those third party, or like I said, it's really good for multiple people. You know, you playing 2s or 3s. I would get into that. I would put that on. that's where it's worth it. Because, you know, we all know somebody goes down in a group, there's always a captain save them on every team. They got to pick up their person or come and save them, you know. So I think that's valuable there. Not so much on ones, twos, you know, maybe twos, yeah, but not ones. You don't need it. Tracker, always good. Just track people, footsteps. Enemies leave behind footprint trail, and enemy death markers are visible. Oh, so you can see when your enemy dies too. Kill markers are hidden from enemy teams. Okay, that's better. I didn't think they would make tracker better, but you know, it has some defensive qualities about it, as well as some more offensive qualities. So, good. I think you can throw a tracker on at any point in time and it won't hurt you, or yeah, it won't hurt you ever. So boom. Survivor. Faster revive speed. Reduces cash lost on death. And enemies that down you are automatically pinged. I would never use this. This basically says like you're planning to lose. Like no. But I guess it's just all the time faster revive speed. So I guess you don't have to work it up. You don't have to do missions and stuff. So it's just kind of natural about it going up. Reduce cash lost on death. I mean, when you die, you lose half of your money in this game. So I don't know how much that stops it by. So I guess that's okay. Good for resurgence. You know you're coming back. Not good for regular BR. And then you should be you should be pinging people that down you anyway. Once you get downed, if you do get downed, just ping them. You can't shoot at them anyway. Not a good perk. Tempered. Refill armor plates to full with 2 plates instead of 3. I don't know why I read that. Like I was really struggling, but tempered. There is a vest in the game that they drop. It's pretty rare, but you can find them on people. Usually that's where I find them, or places. I don't really think it's worth equipping it. I don't really see the point, because once you do that, it's 75 because three shields is 150. When they come to 2, that makes them 75. So you don't come in with any shield, you'll be full still. You can possibly win a gunfight from those. Like, that's what good at regain. Oh, okay, if you do get tempered, then you don't have to pick it up out there, which you could get the med vest for yourself. So, never mind. Resupply, good. Always good. It's simple. I always say the simple ones are pretty like imaginative and you can get creative. So yeah, this means like if you know, I think this depends on the person's knowledge of the game. Potentially be real good, one of the best perks. Because if you know the terrain of where you're at and you pair this up with some good lethals and tacticals, you don't have to ever like loot around for that stuff, and you can constantly use it. Playstyle, I think this perk is on playstyle perk. If you throw your stuff a lot, use it. Why not? It's a good perk. Cold-blooded used to be real good. I used to love cold-blooded, but in recent years it's not been that good. Like, yeah. Anyway, undetectable by thermal optics, tactical cameras, recon drones, does not trigger high alert in combat scout. That's literally the best part of this perk. The second part. It doesn't trigger high alert in combat scout. That's it, because a lot of people run high alert. It's meta. Meta means most effective tactic available, just so you know. And the reason why it's meta is because people don't like being seen in areas that they can't see. So everybody puts on high alert. Cold-blooded, you get past that. So it's kind of like a player knowledge thing. I think that's really your preference. The rest of that stuff, though, literally doesn't matter. Nobody's doing thermal optics. Who's doing that? I think everybody can see in the game now. Not a problem. But there might become a time where, see, this perk is like situational. You have to study what other people are doing to use this one. And that's all this perk is. Tactical cameras, nobody activates those. You got a very few people who activate that. I might use it from time to time. They are pretty useful about letting you know like certain things, but they're very situational. So a lot of people don't use them. Boom. And recon drones, same thing. Take up time. People just don't feel like, doing recons is really all that worth it. Understandable. So that's cold-blooded gets better the more people use other things. The worse people use those things is the worse this perk will be. Get it? Get it. Stalker, increase strafe and aim down movement speed. Aim down sight movement speed. Okay, strafing is when you move side to side. That's what that is. And to have faster that is good, because if you activate strafing, this is also a personality perk, I would say. If you do strafe a lot, use it. If you don't, if you're one of them people who like to outshoot people and just stay there and do that stuff, then don't use it. You won't use it. Use what works for you. I definitely think it probably makes you harder to hit in those gun battles though. So there's that. And it might, this is very simple. Yet again, simple perks are always open to creativity. So that increased strafe speed and aim down movement speed might let you do some weird things when you're aiming down the sight and combine with other things. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Payout. Contracts pay out more in cash, and cost of UAV towers are disconnected. Oh, disconnected. Why am I reading like this? Discounted. Okay. There's a lot with this perk. I would only use this perk with myself or with 4 people. I wouldn't do it with 3s necessarily, but I would do it with when I have more than enough people, because we have a lot of money going. We can do contracts faster. And okay, the towers are discounted, so not UAVs personally, just the towers. It'd be cool if the UAVs in the stores was discounted too, but it's literally just the towers. So early, this is good. Late, this is bad, real bad. Oh god, maybe potential. It could help for regains too, potentially, if y'all need money and stuff. Yeah. Potential. Primed accuracy and time to aim down sight is improved while jumping. So I think this is gonna be really good now, effectively, and pretty much all the time. This might even get nerfed, but I really want to experiment with this one personally, because jumping out corners and doing peeker's advantage look on the right side is really strong all the time. So we need to do a test on with and without primed on and see how much advantage it gives us. I'm coming out with a video for that too, so be on the lookout for that prime video. And that is perk 3 slots. I think all these are pretty good. I think the best ones, Tracker, Quick Fix, Escapist, I think all these are good. I think a lot of these are good. The ones I would not pick up would probably be Survivor. I just think you're planning to lose with it. And then I think Payout has a pretty low ceiling. It's pretty low. It's pretty simple, but it's low ceiling. Okay, and last but not least is the perk slot 4. All the crazy perks, all the really game-changing ones. These are the ones that you really want to, I would say, build around. If you don't build around your tier 4 slots, then build around your guns. Okay, so Ghost, self-explanatory. We all know what Ghost does. Ghost has been around since the age of time. It blocks detection by enemy radar sources such as UAVs, portable radars, and heartbeat sensors while moving. You have to be moving. If you stay still, you can be detected by in Ghost. Don't ever get that confused, y'all. So Ghost is not like perfect. It has flaws in it. You have to be moving. Even if you're sitting there squatting and just like moving back and forth, you have to be moving to be undetected. Shroud, drop a smoke grenade when entered a down state. I think this is pretty amazing. I think it adds another layer. The only downside to this perk is that you're just literally choosing this perk over all these other amazing perks. But besides that, they literally had to throw this perk in. That's how good this thing is. If this becomes meta, then Combat Scout will go up a little bit. This is really good. I think dropping a smoke grenade when you enter the down state is really good. Better when people are near you, of course. Worse if you're by yourself. Obviously, it does nothing. This is for multiplayer, like your teammates only. This is for teams only. You should never put this on. Like, I guess you could put it on if you have a self-res and you can give yourself a little bit of opportunity to like start to pick yourself up. But most people are just gonna shoot in the same direction anyway and like just try to hit you with the bullets from just being already aimed there. So this is a really good perk, but it has pros and cons, yes, and it had to be here. Literally, like, I think the only bad side is that you're missing out on something else here. That's it. Pretty good, pretty good. You got smoke without running smoke. That's good. Okay, flex. Delay triggered explosive while sprinting. Warns of nearby enemy equipment and reduced combat noise. Wow. We gotta test this one out. I think this will like totally nullify spotter. Why have this? Why have spotter if you have this? Warns of nearby enemy equipment. I'll have to see what warns mean, because it depends on how easy like the game is warning you about enemy equipment, because it's warning you versus you being able to see it with spotter. So you'd have to compete to see which is better there. But that reduced combat noise gots to be good. That has to go down to you running too. And if that's the case, this might be the best perk for tier 4. Slightly just based on that alone. Okay, Combat Scout. Bullets you fire briefly mark an enemy for you and your squad. Hitting the enemy from further away increases the mark time. This perk is ass. You should automatically have a ping button and just be doing that already. Only reason why I say this perk is bad is just you can outgrow it. You can do this naturally. You don't have to dedicate a perk slot to it. It's bad. Don't do it. You just want to shoot. I understand it's a shooting game. You just want to shoot and shoot. Cool. And I guess you may get like other chances to do more things since you don't have to think about pinging now. I get that. But like I said, you can just outgrow this perk. Just doing it yourself naturally. Don't waste your time, please. Bird's Eye. Your UAVs scan faster and show the heading of the enemy for your squad. Detects ghosted players. Too good. Too good. Too good. I'm not gonna say nothing else. It tells you where they're looking. It puts like a little arrow of what direction they're looking at for your UAVs, so you know which way to come at them. You know, it don't come in their line of sight. Pretty good. Your UAVs scan faster. Boom. So they're going out and detects ghosted players. You really can't beat it. Shoot, that's probably the best perk. That's probably the best perk. I'm sorry. Especially if it activates randomly too. Like, you don't even have to have a UAV active, and it'll like give you a little wave, tell you where people are. So like a couple people. And I think that's really good. Just, you don't have to spend money or anything, and you can just know where people are and where they're looking, and if they're ghosted. Broken. There's basically nobody that can hide from you. It's broken. It's broken. You should be running it. You should at least have at least one class with it. A perk package. Just saying. You should be able to damn near like stow perk packages and switch them. That'd make this game broke. Okay. Resolute. When taking damage from gunfire, grants a short burst bonus to movement speed. I think this is good with escapists. You'll barely get out. You'll be getting out of crazy stuff. You want to make like a Ski-Daddle King? I'm gonna make a Ski-Daddle King pack. That's what I'm gonna call it. We're gonna call that the episode, Ski-Daddle King. We're gonna get out of some sticky stuff, boy. So I like it too. Probably. Yeah, it's super strong. I'm sorry, I didn't even read high alert. We all know what it does though. High alert. Vision pulses when spotted by an enemy player outside of you. If somebody sees you and you don't see them on the screen, the game will let you know somebody's looking at you. Broken. Pretty good. Except if they have cold-blooded. Keep that in mind. Somebody has cold-blooded, they can get past your high alert. So there are some perks, as you can see, that counter total other ones. So be aware of that. And they purposely do that to make some super duper strong so that like your perks basically become worthless. Okay. So I think Bird's Eye, I think all of these are really good. Shrouded, Ghost, Flex, all of these are really good. I don't think there's one perk in this game that reduces the sound you make besides Flex. Like that's literally the only one. Besides that, you have to find a dead silence. I think if you really want to make good classes this year, look at your tier perk 4 slots first and build from that, because these are going to be your strongest perks, the ones that are probably going to be activating the most, and the ones that you should build synergy around. Okay, they're the strongest by far. Every one of these shits on every other perk package there is out there, so just do that. Or like I said, the guns that you're running, because the guns that you're running can highly dictate what you want to do in a game and how you want to do it. So that is it for this video. We did a lot of perk package stuff. Next video, we're gonna try to combine some stuff that I've been working on. This was just a brief breakdown of each one of them separately, and just like a discussion on talking about like what they can and can't do. This helps me as well, so now I fully understand like what stuff can and can't do, because sometimes, so often, we just get swept up in just playing a game and not really knowing what we're doing and what things can fully do, right? So just trying to make everybody better, you know, in the ruler nation, and we gonna climb them leaderboards and win these games and get better together. So if you enjoyed the content, leave a like, comment if you know I missed something too, or interesting things that might have happened to you, or just cool combination perks that you thought of during watching this video. I like to hear stories, combos, wins, fails, all of that. Please put in the comment section below, man. We will see you on the next video here on the YouTube channel. Peace and love and laughter, y'all.
She like just so I take pills up off her body. Yeah, she the baddest in the pie.